gonna be terrible.
Hello and welcome. It is Best to the Bottom. We're bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. I am the Reverend JP.
Diane.
And in this show, we like to do many things. We like to drink booze that is cheap, and we review it, and we tell you if you guys should drink it or not. And we tell you to drink responsibly, because I keep forgetting to throw that in there. So do stuff responsibly. And when we do our little reviews, we have come up with a system now since we are wrestling fans. And for our top shelf, what we consider the best are going to be main eventers. We have upper mid cards, mid card, lower mid card, and our jobbers. And if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, and help this family grow. We want you to be part of this lovely, goofy family that might have a drinking problem. And you can find us right here live on Twitch at twitch.tv/bottom class every Monday at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We also have our website, Perico Productions, pericoproductions.com, has links to all the social medias. It's got everything there. And there's audio versions available at bestthebottom.podbean.com that I'm pretty sure I'm behind on because I always get behind on the audio version because I am not very good at this job. And we already got a follower from Haas 0032. But thank you for the follow. We appreciate that. But tonight, we are going to be talking a lot about AEW as AEW All Out just happened last night. We did a live stream on the YouTubes. It was lovely. We had lots of chats. It was a very fun event. And I'm going to talk about kind of AEW as a whole, as a journey. Are they changing the universe? I don't know. And then we're also going to be reviewing Smirnoff Spiked Sparkling Seltzer. And apparently it's in collaboration with The Bachelor. Will you accept this, Rosé?
Oh, God.
I know, it's terrible. And we also have our Florida man we'll get started off with. But before we completely get things going. Oh, it's a bot? Okay, thank you. But before we get things officially started, we have something called the bag of doom, and I didn't do something right.
Oh, sorry. I also missed my cue. Maybe I
Doom. In this bag, we have a couple of shots, and I still have the thing up.
Leave it there.
God damn it. I wish everything could just be on one screen. There we go. But in this bag, we have a couple of shots. Why do we have a couple of shots? Because we have gone through all 80-some that was in here, and I got to refill it. Trip to El Paso, here we come. Dan, draw one of the last couple of shots we have left in there. It's probably a whiskey.
It is. By gosh.
I'm going to draw
Jack Daniels.
one of the other whiskeys. It's a Screwball. Yay. And I would like to say,
I have weak hands.
I would like to say, yes, you have weak hands.
It's true.
You are the
Hold on,
weakest
hold
of the
on.
weak-handed. Anytime.
I got it.
To AEW. Oh, I'm so tired of whiskey.
Oh. Ouch.
It's a fine peanut butter whiskey. But you know what? It's time to refill the bag of doom. We need some more flavors. We've been having whiskey after whiskey after whiskey. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Me too, me too.
I'm gonna toss the bag of doom down here with the one last shot that was in. Now, on with the show. In this week's Florida Man. A Florida Man debuted at All Out. Adam Cole is from Panama Beach, Florida.
Oh, is he now?
But no, that's not the real Florida Man.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
I really thought I was. I was actually really kind of disappointed.
That's what it was?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Nah, just trying to keep some sort of a theme. Well, I still cannot talk. After I JR'd it up like crazy on the live stream, I'm still JRing it left and right today. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not something that just comes and goes, Justin. You JR. That's
Well, he is one of the greatest sports announcers that ever lived.
Mm.
So, I lost my... There it is. In this week's Florida Man, which I should explain this because if you haven't watched this before, what we do on these Florida Mans is we read a headline from a Florida man, woman, or whatever, and we make up the story. We have no idea what really happened. We just read a headline and come up with a scenario. But this week, this Florida man came to me because I've been Googling it so damn much. Florida man takes date on police chase. Well, you see, this Florida man met this lovely woman on a Grand Theft Auto forum, and they spent a lot of time playing online Grand Theft Auto. 5 is what it is now, right? 5? Yes. Grand Theft Auto 5 online. And they just started this budding relationship as they enjoyed carjacking civilians, going on high-speed chases, heists, just all the shenanigans that you have amongst the Grand Theft Auto world. And you see, they decided they were going to meet up Panama City Beach, Florida. Why there? Because Adam Cole, baby. They meet up. And you see, they've bonded over Grand Theft Auto. And they talk about how exciting it would be to be in this kind of a world where they can just get away with all kinds of crimes and, adventures and adrenaline rushes and just lovemaking by the beach. And he got overly excited. They just could not control their urges. And he really wanted to impress this woman. So immediately, he sees that cop just chilling, eating his ham sandwich and a box of Krispy Kremes, just chilling. He saw him. He ran that stop sign anyways. Woo! And you know what? The adventure was on. And he just started just flying down the streets, zigging, zagging, twisting, turning, drifting, till he hit a tree. Well, it's Florida. There's trees everywhere. At least he didn't hit an alligator. I'm just saying.
I care.
Police chase comes to an immediate, abrupt end. She's devastated. She thought she was just meeting an adventurous, nice guy. But no, he was too adventurous. And this poor man, who's originally from Newcastle upon Tyne, just wanted to impress this lovely American bird. Why am I throwing these in? Because they're wrestling references that no one will understand except for me, and they're trying to put a theme together. So, bam.
Do you want me to, every time you make one, be like, theme?
Yes. I don't
know. So you don't have to?
I had a stronger story I thought to go with, and it's failing. But you know what? Grand Theft Auto, wrestling, police chase, bam, bing, boom, mullet.
This is also why we need the soundboard. We can have a button that just goes theme.
Okay. I know.
Okay,
I know.
Just saying.
Sorry. GTA 5 for all you young hipsters. But I tried. I thought I had a stronger case. I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh, it was beautiful. I thought it was going to be a happy ending at the end. I thought she was going to be impressed.
Oh no, she was devastated.
Yeah, I mean, it either goes one way or the other. You don't get out of that and go, meh.
Well,
I'll think about calling him again. Like
the adventure, the fantasy is great online when there's no actual consequences to your actions.
Mhm.
But when you get into the real world and you realize there are actual consequences, and she was disappointed in this man, and it happens.
Yeah,
it was devastation. But you know what? It was all in the name of love.
so how does he feel about it? Does he feel betrayed, or like what happened to him? Is it pending?
He's currently awaiting trial.
No, okay.
But you know what? They have had exchanged phone calls. She's realizing he is a nice guy. He's trying to impress her, and it happens.
Comes back around.
We're living in a world where white people are discovering consequences, and it's amazing. Truth. Now, shall we move on to our booze that we're reviewing? And we do booze in the news mostly because I wasn't sure how long this was going to take. I feel like there might be some discussion. So, tonight. Booze.
Theme.
There's no booze in the news. There's just lots of wrestling discussion. Why? Mostly because I didn't also look it up. This hate about Vince. VKM has no place in this discussion. Well, actually, it might. We'll see. See where the discussion goes. But tonight, as I mentioned, we will be drinking Smirnoff Zero Sugar Hard Seltzer. Seltzer. The Bachelor. Will you accept this rosé? Bam.
What do you say? Will you accept
Yes.
rosé?
The Voodoo Kin Mafia. This is a lovely little seltzer. It's zero sugar, which is still a lie. It's only 4.5% alcohol per volume. This is one of the weaker seltzers I think we drank. Oh, it might be hard shitzer. Actually, it'll probably be soft shitzers. It depends. We'll find out. I'll let you know how it all turned out later. But there are a couple of flavors in this one. You got the raspberry, pink apple rosé, strawberry, and then white peach. Soft. Who's soft? Oh, I know what you're saying. Never mind. I know what you're saying. But Dan, how do you feel about Smirnoff and the rosé? Oh, these were $9.99. They were on sale at Kelly Liquor because, as we know, that's our spot. And it's lovely. By the way, we have a fridge now, thanks to a very special, lovely lady.
Yes.
Yes, a pink apple. Look, man, are there blue raspberries? No. But there's more likely pink apples than there are blue raspberries. I've never seen a blue raspberry, but I've seen the apples that are at least pinkish on the outside. Just saying. Speaking of blue raspberries.
Hold on. I have the weakest fingers in the world.
And you wanted to be a pro wrestler.
I wasn't gonna beat people to death with my fingers.
I mean,
I wasn't gonna
grip
beat
strength.
anyone to death.
Grip
anyway.
strength.
Like, sorry, I got a little excited there. I got it.
Ah, yes. The flavor blue we're all familiar with. All right. Cheers to blue flavoring. It's fair enough.
The thing with seltzers is they always start off like it's gonna be an amazing flavor, and then it just dies halfway through.
Yeah.
Like this, like when I first tasted it, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good," and then it just has no follow through.
I will say, out of a lot of the seltzers we have tried, this is one of the more flavorful ones.
Yeah, that's why
I don't know if that means anything,
Yeah.
but
Still tastes like
out of the seltzers we have tried on this podcast, this is possibly the most flavorful. So,
yeah,
it was fair enough.
Yeah.
And we'll try to remember at the end of this podcast to decide whether we're considering it main eventer, mid card, upper mid card, lower mid card, jobber. I don't know yet.
I would say like just if I'm gonna make a prediction, I'm gonna say this is either gonna be a main eventer or upper mid card.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Very tasty.
I'm not sure if I'd go with the main eventer, but it's a solid beverage.
Yeah. It's a solid
It's a solid beverage.
I think it's gonna get worse from here.
It probably will. We have three more flavors to go through.
But that's my prediction.
So
if we forget, at least you have my prediction.
I'm leaning towards right now upper mid card. But let's see where the other flavors go. And then we'll kind of take it all in consideration. If I remember, and we don't go off on a tangent, because we always go on tangents. This podcast rarely stays on any type of rails.
You try, though.
I do try. I really do try.
You're a pretty good conductor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I feel like that compliment really hit you, and you know what? I'm glad.
It did, honestly.
You look shocked for a second.
That
was a real compliment.
After all the things that happened last podcast.
No backhands or nothing.
Yeah.
There you go.
I am.
Kindness.
Jesus. Wow. That's amazing.
Well, when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
Wow. That is amazing.
I have to spaceballs it every time.
But as we get on to the main topic of discussion is we'll let Chris Jericho's words speak for themselves. I don't know if that's always a good thing, but because we're
here to just change the world. AEW is not here to change the world. We are going to change the whole universe!
I don't know if that music's copyrighted, or we're going to stop it right there.
Lifting the hair actually works, like, for hearing.
Well, you have a lot of hair to get through.
Not for long.
There's a lot of sound waves that got to travel through there. But as the inception of AEW started, one of the things that was said clearly is AEW's here to change the world. Now, I've been following AEW kind of pretty much throughout its entirety. Through the teases, throughout BTE, as they kind of were teasing little things happening here and there, and eventually to where it became a real thing. And at the end of, I think, was it 29 New Year's Day 2019 at midnight on BTE, they had a whole little special thing. They revealed that they had the AEW and the Double or Nothing was going to be the first pay-per-view. And since then, one of the first big announcements was obviously Chris Jericho joined them. And then at Double or Nothing, Moxley joined them. John Moxley, formerly Dean Ambrose, as he just left WWE. And then from there, you had, during 2020, unfortunately, right as soon as the pandemic hit, Matt Hardy and Brody Lee debuted. And it was actually fun, but it could have been more impactful, unfortunately. Global situation.
I do wonder what would have happened if Matt Hardy debuted to like more
of a crowd.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a little bit different. I think they would have done things quite a bit differently.
Well, I just wonder too, because like seeing everybody get to have that reaction, CM Punk and
yes,
is his name Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
Yeah,
baby.
And
Daniel Bryanson.
And Daniel Bryanson. Like seeing, because it feels like even Ruby Soho, I enjoy seeing the happiness.
Oh yeah,
and I just imagine too, that must feel amazing to run out and just feel like all that love and like people just like screaming for you. That probably feels insane. Like I can't even imagine. And I like seeing that, but I wonder if it would have been the same for Matt Hardy.
I think
that would have been magical for him if.
I think it definitely would be for both Brody Lee
and Brody.
Well, because Brody Lee was originally supposed to debut in
and that's
New York
a bummer
City
that he didn't get that
in his hometown. Is where it was supposed to happen, and that would have been an amazing pop. It'd have been a ridiculous pop, but unfortunately, in the world we're living in, it just wasn't able to happen. Yeah. And that really sucks.
Yeah, it's just a bummer.
But then from there, unfortunately, December 26th, 2020, Brody Lee passed away. And that was a shocking thing because he had won the TNT title, beat the living shit out of Cody Rhodes, and it was an amazing match. And then he had dropped the title to Cody Rhodes, and then he just disappeared from TV for a while. Nobody knew nothing that was going on. It was just radio silence for a while. Even the dirt sheets weren't, had nothing new was going on until all of a sudden, after what happened. Mm-hmm. And so the next episode of Dynamite, instead of going through with their original plans, they changed everything. They had Brody Lee's son booked the show. He basically told them some of the things he would like to see, some matches. It all heavily featured the Dark Order. There was just loving, touching tributes throughout the entire show. One of the matches in there was pretty much booked by Brody Lee, -1, Brody Lee's son. And it was an amazing, touching. I cried on the live stream. I cried like a little bitch with a skin knee. It was very, very touching. And I mean, you saw John Silver coming out, and he was wearing ring gear that was purchased for him by Brody Lee. As they were supposed to have a whole special thing for BTE and everything, where John Silver was pretty much almost like his little protege kind of thing, and it would have been hilarious. There was all these little parts where they're throwing papers at their opponent. It was a fantastic, amazing, tribute to the man. And then at the very end, they retired the current TNT championship. They gave to -1, and it's his forever. They changed the whole belt design. Not the whole belt design, but they kind of changed it up a bit. Made it. They retired that belt that Brody Lee held. And it was a very touching, amazing thing. You can't beat that kind of special dedication to a tragedy. You tried to make the best out of tragedy and really showed the love that there was for this man. It was pretty amazing. It was one of those things that you didn't expect to see. And now you have CM Punk returns after 7 years, after all the shit that happened to him through WWE. Adam Cole's contract expires in WWE because nobody noticed. And then Brian Danielson makes his debut. And it's one of those things of, are they changing the universe? I don't know. But they are definitely changing the wrestling world. Because even on top of that, you got them working with Impact, with New Japan. There's talks about Ring of Honor working with them. They've been working with NWA, and that's how they got Thunder Rosa. Even MLW they've been working with to a certain degree at the beginning because MJF was with them. And then there's lots of things that they have been doing that's really impressive. And even when you hear a lot of the wrestlers that leave WWE and come to AEW, a lot of them will have to say the same thing. It's amazing backstage. People are nice to you. They talk to you. Tony Khan's there. You can just go in and talk to him and discuss booking things. Because they're changing the WWE universe. I would like to think they are, but in a certain way, I don't think WWE is shooting their own universe in the foot. That's my thought. And then you had the whole All Out, and we'll kind of break that down a little bit here and just talk about the race. I just want to kind of break down some of the subtle things that have happened. They hadn't watched the first Double or Nothing with me, and even we watched the other pay-per-views, the Fight for the Fallen. What was it? Fighter Fest. We watched a lot of the we watched all the pay-per-views, I think, together. Did we watch all
Pretty
of them?
much. I mean, there were times I'm sure I've missed pay-per-views with you, but
we at least watched all of them up to TV.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I don't remember.
I'm pretending like I'm remembering, but really I'm just agreeing with you because I can't bother to recall.
But Diana,
Yes.
as you just coming back into the wrestling world, what are your thoughts
About what in particular?
Just the whole
thing?
the whole journey, that the little breakdowns I just kind of gave down.
Oh, okay. See, this is what's hard because my heart is telling me be honest, but the co-host of a WWE commentary show is telling me
It's not WWE commentary. It's
oh
AEW.
fuck yeah, sorry, whoops.
And
See,
pro wrestling in general.
I'm already this is awful.
This
is just
all right, JR.
Okay. See, we both JRs. We got two JRs. This is never
no
gonna
Tony
work.
Schiavone or an Excalibur.
This is never gonna work. Okay. Whatever I was saying.
Maverick's proud of you. You're doing great.
Thanks. Much appreciated. I guess. I guess what I'm saying is, and yes, I would accept you as Excalibur. He says no. He says no.
I'll give him a Tony Schiavone.
Okay.
Excalibur's kind of a next level. I mean, he's pretty on point.
Who do you have in mind then?
I don't know. I don't think we have.
Never mind.
Excalibur.
This is like a. That is not for.
We don't stay on
My
rails.
thoughts.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, truthfully, Daniel Bryanson, right?
Yes.
He's probably, personally, if we're coming from me, I don't really know Adam Cole, and I never really cared for CM Punk. So personally, for me, it's like whatever. Like I'm excited. Just I mean, but like on a not personal level, like I said before, it's amazing that dude was crying, you know, tears of fucking joy to see CM Punk come back. Like to in my mind, just for anybody to have an emotional response like that is probably few and far between, maybe. I don't know for this man. I can't, he might be emotionally unstable. I can't.
True, we can't attest for his.
But I think a reaction like that is actually, you know, a genuine reaction like that is something to appreciate and admire. And I thought that was beautiful. Again, dude, reach out to me. We about to make some t-shirts. But yeah, I think just seeing the joy on the wrestler's face. CM Punk's hamming it up too much. I'm over it. Like, but at the same time, like, you know, when he came out, that must feel amazing. It's one of those things where I'm happy for the wrestlers. I'm happy for the fans. But personally, the shits I give.
Well, because you're dead inside.
A little bit.
Which is weird because
I'll admit that. Like I'm a fan of wrestling, but I'm not a fan of wrestling. You know what I mean? Like it's not my heart and soul. It's I'm just honest about it. If you ask me how I feel, I will tell you how I feel.
Dan just doesn't have any passions in life.
I don't. So it's like, to me, I enjoy it, but I also am not attached in any way emotionally. I used to be attached to wrestling emotionally.
You know what? This still comes down to that crying over Jeff Hardy thing.
I know, but I'm just saying I was there. It's just not that anymore. You know, so I understand having that emotion is what I'm trying to get at. When I mention that, that's what I'm trying to say. I've been there. I've done that. It's not that I've never not like. It's not that the passion was never there. I don't like. It's not that I don't like wrestling. Is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't come down to that ever. It's not something that I'm pretending to like. I've had that. I don't care. I guess anymore.
Diane has a lot of hot takes. Diane does not care for vests in pro wrestling.
Some
Diane
people
does not like a vest.
That's all I'm saying. A vest is an acquired taste.
Your first statement. Treat it as such. Your first statement was you don't like anybody in vests.
Yes, and then you brought up Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I said I would never disgrace that man's vest. So it's not every vest. It's just certain vests.
You don't like Doc Gallows vests. You don't like. I understand the distaste of jorts, especially in the wrestling world. All I think of is chafing when I see people wrestling in jorts.
I don't mind a jort, but yeah, any denim, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, the chafing.
The talcum powder. The shit you must go through.
Like, ugh. The discomfort just sounds awful.
That's why a lot of times too in my commentary you will hear me go like, that looks comfortable. Like Orange Cassidy, I'm like, I would go to sleep in those jeans. He wears all denim and it all looks like it's made out of clouds.
Yeah, it looks like
I don't know if it's his attitude that just makes jeans.
He has a comfortable attitude.
It just makes jeans look comfortable as fuck, but it does.
Oh, she's got the strongest opinions on clothing in the wrestling world.
I really do.
You have not heard the debates we get into.
Yeah. And I feel bad because it is a real thing. I'm always trying to read people's tattoos. And I'm judging the comfort. And
whatever Chris Jericho's butt says.
Yeah. Well, just whatever's going on with Chris Jericho, I'm always like,
yeah, we spend a lot of time analyzing his jackets.
Because sometimes he looks cool, but sometimes he wears headbands. And I don't know, but he looked good. The headband was nice.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just the jackets. Sometimes I'm like, what are we looking at here?
It's your uncool biker dad that's trying really hard to be cool.
Yeah.
That's riding around on his
But that's-
Honda Goldwing.
But that's also why I love him.
That's part of the charm.
Yeah, he makes me feel comfortable. He's that family member where you're like, oh, look at him try, you know?
You know, it went through a rough
Because he's still
divorce.
cool. He's
but, you
still
know.
cool. He's the coolest person in the old group gang. But at the end of the day, you're just like, you're too old for this, pops.
I don't know. I think Murder Grandpa Minoru Suzuki might be the coolest of the old people.
Well, yeah, that's
Did
true.
you not see the flames in his
my
head?
God. Is that what that was?
Yeah, with the graphics in his fade was flames.
Oh, okay.
You seem baffled by that.
Yeah, well,
He's the murder grandpa.
okay.
Dan, what did you think
Sorry,
of?
brought that to a screeching halt.
Oh, damn it. The internet, it's being a dick again. Do we look terrible? I think we look okay. All right, still look okay. We're okay. Dan, how'd you feel about All Out last night?
That's pretty decent. Well, that's such an open-ended question. I feel like I don't know if that's how you use that phrase. I instantly regretted it as soon as it came out my mouth, and that's why I'm explaining that to you. So if you were like, that doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. But I heard it the other day, and I tried to use it, and I realized that's exactly what happened today.
Was it the best wrestling pay-per-view that has ever existed, ever?
Maybe. I'm not educated. I would say it was pretty cool. It really had its moments. God,
All right.
that's such a passive like.
Fine, we'll break it down.
Yeah, I'm like, though as a whole, like there were some parts that were man kind of like I didn't care for.
Well, yeah.
But like there were moments I really enjoyed.
Best Friends, Jungle Express versus Hardy Family Office. That was a 10-man tag at the pre-show. How did you feel about that? I thought
that was one of those things where I'm just like
it was a fun match.
I always enjoy seeing Orange Cassidy, Jurassic Express.
Oh yeah. They're always delightful.
So them all together, you know, I'm just happy to see them.
It was a lot of fun.
They're people that I probably will never have criticisms about because I'm just like I'm happy to see it.
Did anything amazing happen in that match that you could not miss ever? Not really,
but it was also very enjoyable. Like, but I have no comments. You know, like
it was fun. Miro versus Eddie Kingston.
I love Eddie Kingston. We decided that like he was a guy that we would most likely want in a bar fight.
Definitely. Miro, if we're going to some sort of epic battle.
Yeah.
And we needed like war horns and everything.
Yeah.
We definitely need Miro. And Bryce Remsburg went full heel on Eddie again and just totally missed. That was a 5 count. That was a bloody 5 count that he missed.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
over there fixing the stupid turnbuckle.
See, that to me was satisfying enough because it's like I wanted Eddie to win, but Justin was like, Miro's gonna fucking destroy him. Like, so to me, I felt like that was a good compromise. You get to see Eddie win, but then Miro also, he was clearly supposed to win that, you know.
Oh, definitely.
So
I think Miro's gonna have a much longer reign with his TNT title. I mean, it was a special. I think it was a fun, you know, get the pay-per-view rolling match. It was good, solid, hard-hitting, like stiff as a horse, you know, match.
Yeah.
I still don't exactly understand the term stiff as a horse. I mean,
I'm imagining it has to do with dead horses or horse penises. Those are the two.
That's right. All Elite, baby. Thank you for joining us, Dizzy. We're just talking about the whole breakdown of All Out right now, and just kind of going over, is AEW changing the universe? I think in some ways they are. Definitely the wrestling landscape across all universes. We just gone over the buy-in match, Miro and Eddie Kingston. Now we're going to go on to Mox v. Kojima from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Once again, that forbidden door has been kicked right the fuck open. It's not even on hinges anymore. It is just, it's done. Oh, they're trippy. I thought that was a fun match. Nothing particularly special happened during the match. Just a good, solid New Japan strong style match with Mox and that crazy old bastard, Kojima. Man, how'd you feel about that match?
Nice.
We appreciate his tights.
Yeah, I was gonna say the tights were the star for me because they're just
those are lovely orange tights.
That's a vest I appreciate.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did come out with the vest.
Yes.
Okay.
Trench vest, we decided.
So we've got at least 2 vests in wrestling that Diane approves of so far.
And Moxley's.
Well, he didn't come out in a vest this time.
He always has a vest in his promos,
This time,
though.
well, yeah, true. You just have a vest. But this time he came out in the GCW. He's the GCW heavyweight champion, which he won a couple days before All Out. He beat Matt Cardona for it, which Matt Cardona was great. He made a spinner belt and everything. He went full heel WWE douchebag. It was great. I kind of wish he would have kept it a little longer, but, you know, if somebody's going to beat him for it, should be the Mox. But what stands out is at the end of that match, my tits popped for the first time officially in this episode. My tits was a poppin' when Minoru Suzuki came out and I spelt his name wrong on my tweet that I sent out, and then I had to put out a tweet later on going, I'm an asshole, and I spelt his name wrong. But that was great seeing that Minoru Suzuki came out. They slapped the shit out of each other. Mox got a pile driver. And then it was announced this week on Dynamite, Minoru Suzuki versus Mox. It's going to be fantastic. I did watch the New Japan match, and it delivered. And this is going to be a slobber knocker. Business will be picking up. Tell you what. But that was the first tit popping experience that I had.
That's his new vocabulary word.
Yes, I've been saying
tit popping.
I popped my tits off.
Yeah, pop tits. He said that so many times yesterday that he was.
I don't think I've gathered my tits since.
And then he was like, I don't think my tits can pop anymore. Oh God, pop. They kept popping.
It was. Look, man. Tits were popping. I can't help it. I can't.
This is why I understand why they don't let us watch things in other countries. Because then you have people running around going, my tits are popping off. Because apparently they heard it. Somebody say it once. On some other fucking...
I've heard a lot. I will follow a lot of British YouTube channels that talk about wrestling. Wrestle Talk, What Culture, Cultaholic. They're all popping their tits.
Well,
and mine did too.
Like I said, I appreciate you saying yeet, but but your tits popping as many times as I've heard you say it in just like the 2 days I've been with you. I'm like, hold on,
it's lost all meaning now.
I feel like you need to slow down on the popping of the tits.
Well, it's not my fault. I didn't book the pay-per-view. I didn't book it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was that good, I guess.
I've been just watching. I watched the whole media scrum, which is also amazing. That at the end, they do media scrums at the end of their pay-per-views, and Tony Khan gets out. CM Punk. They interviewed Ruby Soho, the Lucha Brothers. It was lovely. Ruby almost came to tears like 2 or 3 times. It was sweet. It was moving, and it was lovely.
God, Justin, that burp I can smell.
Sorry. and asparagus earlier.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. And I'm having seltzers.
Powerful.
Baby.
That was such a delicate burp in that the walk. That was such a polite burp for such an awful smell.
Well, I apologize.
Thank you.
Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander.
I love Chris Statlander. That's all I have to say about it. Like, I can't objectively. I get it. She's got to keep the title, cool, whatever. But like Chris Statlander, I really would like to see. I know eventually, it's like we said, it's a matter of time before she is women's champion. But
Oh, definitely. It's definitely going to happen.
I just, sooner rather than later, chop chop.
That's my thought. But, at the same time, I don't want to see Britt lose it yet. And honestly, now I'm torn. I don't know if I want to see Ruby take it or Thunder Rosa, because I think...
To me, Britt is obviously like the breakout star of the women's division. She's very enjoyable, but like, let's give somebody else a go.
She's barely had the title.
But I'm just saying, like I said, I think I worded it perfectly. I feel like she's clearly the breakout star of the women's division, especially in AEW. Give somebody else a go. I'm over her.
Jesus. This is what happened. This is what happens when you watch a WWE product too long. You just expect the title just to go floating across willy-nilly and have no meaning.
I guess I do. But I also just...
But having
I'm not invested in Britt Baker, I guess I would say.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I wasn't invested necessarily in Nyla Rose. I wasn't invested in Riho. I haven't been invested in any of the champions.
I am a lot more invested in Britt Baker. I enjoyed Hikaru Shida. The only problem is I felt like a lot of her feuds felt very lacking. Mm-hmm. Riho, the problem with Riho is she won the title, pandemic, she was stuck in Japan. Or no, she won the title and then she had a bunch of Stardom dates and then it just things didn't happen the way they should have. Hikaru Shida had the title.
Are you going to be ready for our next? Because we have 4 of these.
Oh, yeah. Hikaru Shida had the title throughout the pandemic era.
And she was lovely.
Yes. I just feel like
also not invested. But it's just because everybody's new to me too. But I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. To me, in my head, Britt Baker doesn't have that much competition.
That's part of the problem is they still got to build up. Like right now, the main.
I'm just like, let's do some building then. Let's do some building.
Well, a lot of the women wrestlers. I was listening to one of these podcasts. I was listening to throughout the day, as I was cleaning the hizzy. A lot of the women wrestlers are in their like first, maybe second year of being a pro wrestler. Because when
but like
WWE went around and picked up all the experienced wrestlers, hoarding all the talent for NXT, and it kind of stifled.
This is
AEW.
I guess what I'm saying is this is a new business, and we need to see, what you have to offer.
Yeah, well, because now you got Thunder Rosa, and now you got Ruby Soho, which we'll get to that whole situation there because that was amazing. But I love Britt Baker DMD, and
we all love Britt Baker DMD.
Now this is 100% the match of All Out. This was the match of the night. Lucha Brothers, Young Bucks.
Yes.
Holy Jesus.
So enjoyable.
The
best, for me, the best match of the night.
100%. There is no... It was amazing.
Pretty damn good.
Easily the best. Definitely. Like, tit popping match number 2. like it just got more and more intense as it went on. I was just blown away. The thumbtack shoe spot, it just came together so well.
Well, it all started with the live performance of the Lucha Brothers.
Oh yeah, whoever the rappers were, that
Justin immediately was like, and the way they came out,
oh yeah, dude. As soon
He
as I
was
saw him
like,
come
"They're
out, I was like,
winning."
oh,
he was
Lucha
like,
Brothers.
they're winning.
Ooh, this match or Bucks versus Page Omega. Storyline beats, like just for the pure story, and the
Yes,
part
thank
where
you.
Hangman Page is about to set up for the buckshot lariat, and then instead just opens where you're thinking Hangman's going to turn heel on Kenny. That whole storyline beat, perfect. But just the sheer insanity of the match, and it's Ray Phoenix, it's Penta. It should always be Penta. This match was just like every Young Bucks Lucha Brothers match is just, there's such magic. Oh, it was just great. Definitely, the Aztec gear was awesome. When they came out, as soon as they came out with headdresses, their theme was being sung. I was like, oh,
Yeah. This is a special moment about to happen
oh,
for them.
yes, it was. And then when they actually picked up, because there were so many times I was like, oh shit, are the Bucks gonna take it? No, it's oh shit, oh shit. Yes, and the Letterman jackets. Can't forget the Letterman jackets.
Yeah, the Letterman jackets, I instantly was like, what happened? I was like, okay. Letterman jackets? All right. That to me fell out of nowhere, but I was like, that means something, I'm sure.
You know, it's just.
But yeah, it was. See, because I don't know.
Ooh.
It was not as crazy as I thought it was going to be, but I also feel like it was crazier than I thought it was going to be, if that makes sense.
Well, considering they started the match in sixth gear, there was no build to anything. It was just like, bam.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love a good like choreographer. I would like I was gonna say choreographed, but I don't know what you say for these things. But like when they do the whole little like and then they keep, to me it's like a dance.
Like the super kick, like
they started
in a
off,
circle and then they went the other direction.
They did like a dance together. It was beautiful, synchronized swimming almost.
Or when they like each of them were switching off,
and then they had the brother, and then they both met. When they both met, like they both did the same move, met on the ropes, and then we were like, who's gonna like? There was a lot of like, I have your brother.
Yeah,
and
yes.
I enjoy
because
stuff
it was
like
usually
that.
a lot of it was Penta and Matt would have the younger brothers.
It was very like cute like that, and I enjoy stuff like that in my wrestling.
Oh, it was great.
I like a good thing like song and dance. It was beautiful.
And then the crossbody from the top of the tallest fucking cage. Oh, that was insane. You hated it when you read. Well, yes, Phoenix always does stuff where you just feel like
protect your knees.
Yeah,
protect your shins. Protect your knees.
Don't die, please.
If you step wrong, you're gonna break a leg.
Although I am convinced, like I said during the live stream, Ray Phoenix has the same power of the Vision, and he's just able to make himself lighter than air, and he just can run across top ropes. He can run across top of the cage. He just floats around like magic.
Does anybody know where like the quote is "break a leg, Kiki"? What movie that is? might be a church movie, and I might have. Nobody's gonna know.
I'm not.
And then
familiar
like
with
the lady breaks her leg. I don't know, but every time I say break a leg, my brain always goes Kiki, and it was hurting me that I didn't get to say Kiki.
that.
Continue.
Buttercream Gang 2. Does that sound,
Oh yeah.
does that sound correct?
Yes, I understand. You're like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I do know. Okay, let's try this. Oh, you've already.
I
been
opened.
drinking.
I took a
How
sip,
is
and I
that?
was trying to say, "Hey, try it. It's good."
Were you?
Yes. But once that 3 count came, and the Lucha Brothers won, first off,
This is flavorful too.
I was right. So you know I love that. I may have. Oh. I am not too bougie for Avon tapes. I will have you know.
Oh yeah, dude, Avon was my life. I got
Scamper the Penguin.
yeah.
I love it. Scamper the Penguin.
All I could watch was Scamper the Penguin. I had Scamper the Penguin and the Ten Commandments on the same tape because apparently it was like they came on one after another, and it was like back when you could do all that shit, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure it wasn't because we recorded my Scamper the Penguin and then put it on and then Mom recorded.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying happened.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things where something was recorded, Scamper first, then the Ten Commandments. That's what I watched growing up.
Oh, there was Avon piracy for one of them because we recorded Scamper the Penguin onto that.
Yeah.
It was a thing. Anyways, the Lucha Brothers, that motherfucking win.
When Penta got blood all over his family, and then they had to shoo the family away from the crowd because it's like, we can't fucking let you back in there. You're all covered in blood.
You just have it hanging out in the crowd.
Gross. They were just like, no. Don't go back over here with your shit.
that was kind of like, then we go back to the crowd like, we can't just have them standing there covered in blood.
It was beautiful, so wholesome. I told Mike. It was just like wholesome.
That was amazing. So, 2 tip popping. Suzuki, Lucha Brothers. Then you had the women's battle royale, which I will say was pretty sloppy.
So quick. I swear to God, I felt like I was watching it on like a speed throw.
Yeah,
I think I guess I understand that there was what is happening.
Well, as somebody, I think Trippy's happening. I think one of the things that was pointed out to me watching, I think maybe it was Brian Alvarez. No, somebody had mentioned that this kind of really shone through that a lot of the women that are in AEW are still very early in their career, and a battle royal is kind of a complex match. You got multiple spots going on at once. You got multiple women doing different. Like the main experienced women in there was Ruby Soho, which was obviously a surprise. So tip pop number 3.
It was not a surprise.
It was not a surprise, but it was.
Shut up! I was like, you were not surprised even for a second.
But
Nobody
it was never announced. It was
okay.
It was teased. It was like the CM Punk thing.
Yeah.
It was never
surprise me. How about don't tease me about a surprise? Surprise me.
They did it with Sting, which that was a surprise when Sting showed up on Dynamite. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
That was an early tip pop, but that was on a different show. But Ruby Soho's experienced. Then you have, I think Nyla Rose has a decent amount of experience on the indies, but not that much. Then you had Emi Sakura and Riho. And the rest are still pretty new. Because even Big Swole, I think, is only 3 or 4 years in. What?
Nothing. Continue.
But I think that's where you saw some of the weakness in the women's rosters because they got so much young, fresh talent that doesn't have that ring experience as well as the television experience, which they're all fantastic, but they just need more reps. You know what I mean? And but once Ruby came out, oh yeah, and Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa's got actually Thunder Rosa is pretty new too, but she put a lot of time in. And
that's why I wanted to see her win a little bit. Because I feel like she put the time and effort, and then Ruby shows up, and it's just like, okay, I get it, but also like,
I don't know.
I do think it was a good matchup for her, though. Like, just to at least acknowledge, like, Thunder Rosa should be in the running.
Oh, they definitely have that. That was definitely good back and forth. And you can see that's going to be a great feud later down the line.
It's appreciated, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Well, but the thing is I don't think they want to have Thunder Rosa take the belt because I think when she takes on Britt Baker, I think that's when Britt Baker's going to drop the belt. It's probably going to be Thunder Rosa. I just don't know if it's going to be the first time they meet up or maybe later on down the line. I don't know. But that's going to be takes that belt from Britt.
I believe that. Chris Statlander has like a whole crew.
But yeah.
And I feel like
because she's got Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
And she's got Reba. Actually,
I mean, I guess technically so does Britt, but that was acquired,
Yeah.
After time. It's not like Britt's not like independent, I guess what I'm saying.
Well, she's the first one to build a faction because factions is a thing in AEW.
I know.
And it's glorious.
I'm okay with them.
I love a good faction. Jesus, you are such a buzzkill sometimes.
No, it's because I don't know. I like a good standalone person though. Like I guess I just like you were saying, like, okay, if the Butcher and the Blade or whatever are gonna now be like that other guy's thing, I'm like, I like him by himself.
True.
Why would you make a faction out of that? Like, not everything has to be an order or a faction or a group. You already got 1,000 and now you're doing like 3 thing belts. Like, okay, who cares though? I like, it's always a relief when like the groups break up to me because it's like then you get to see the actual wrestling and the talent of the person. No, I'm just saying it's nice to see individual talent. I was happy to see Sammy Guevara fight and do stuff on his own and not just be some henchman. Like I'm henchmen.
But that's the thing is if you look at a lot of the factions, they don't have henchmen. They don't do factions like WWE does.
I think you're over. I believe AEW. Calm down. I believe AEW is going to save wrestling. Okay, but not everything is magic.
Don't you give me that smugness.
What? I think you're giving me that smugness.
That AEW. No, okay. If you look at a lot of the factions, a lot of them have their own things going on within the stories. Now, granted, you still have it kind of set up as your main card guy, your main eventers, and you got your mid cards, you got your tag teamers.
I guess I'm just saying, like.
But they don't do like WWE where everybody is in a faction just to protect whoever's the champion.
I guess, I don't know.
They don't do it like that. Because if you look at the Elite right now, is Kenny came out to help at the Go Home show for Dynamite. He came out and beat the living shit out of the Lucha Brothers and Christian, as they're both trying to keep everybody have their titles. So not just like this is the main title, I'm the only one that's important. They all kind of support each other is the way they do factions in AEW, and I think that's great. So
good on you.
I fart on your opinion on factions.
It's not on factions altogether. I mean, I guess so. I mean, it's cool to have a couple, but I just don't think everybody needs to be in a faction.
Not everybody is in a faction.
I know, they trying, though.
I mean, Moxley and Kingston are best friends, and they tag together, but they're also very separate, too.
I'm just saying.
All right. I've done fighting over factions,
Good.
but I was happy to see Ruby Soho debut
Mhm.
and coming out to Rancid Ruby Soho because apparently she's good friends with Lars. It was not Tim. I was mistaken. She's friends with Lars, and he said, "Oh yeah, you can use our music." Bam! Amazing. That's nice to see. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Ah, you butthole. But, but Ruby Soho was a good, solid debut.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I do feel like I don't know. It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, I agree.
Maverick's agreeing with you. Of course he is.
No, he doesn't have to. Like, yeah, I feel like
AEW
I'm
is
right.
faction heavy,
It's very faction heavy.
but in a good
I'm
way.
saying I just am
I
pointing
mean,
it out. I'm
it's
not saying it's the worst thing in the world. I'm
it's
just
better
saying,
than
if everybody. That's why I'm like, don't pair everybody up to everybody though. I like the idea of standalone stars. Is all I said.
I like it too, and they do have some.
Some. Maybe you're telling me that like these people are inexperienced. They don't have the like. Okay, let's pick it up. That's all I'm saying. And then factions is not going to help anybody.
And technically, Darby's not in a faction. He just got Daddy Sting with him.
It's Grandpa Sting. It's Daddy CM Punk. Yeah, yeah. The story is CM Punk wasn't always straight edge. That's where Grandpa Sting comes in, and now that CM Punk's back, it's Daddy Punk, and baby Darby.
Darby. So Sting just took him in while CM Punk was off, getting his life together.
Yeah,
Uh,
isn't that every straight edge story ever?
sure. I mean, Darby straight edge, Punk is straight edge. Sting was not so much. Yeah, I think you got something there. Actually, there might be a good story there, but I think you're doing it the wrong way.
Okay, I agree with you, but yeah, still fuck off.
But next was MJF Jericho match, and that was fair enough. It was fun.
I will say nothing because you know what? Like you say I'm a bummer, but yet you already know. Like, you already know.
It was all right. I feel like they should have culminated at Blood and Guts. They should have. I don't know. It was all right. It was fun. MJF lost. I feel like Jericho should have lost, but I mean,
if Jericho would have lost again, I would have been so annoyed that he wasted my time. I would have been so annoyed he wasted my time.
yeah, but then you would have got lots of good stuff later on. I mean, it was all right.
I don't believe that.
all
I
right.
really don't believe that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have anything bad. I don't have anything good.
I
to
feel
say.
like that
It
just
was-
fizzled. It
was
was
just-
weird.
I feel like it ran its course, and you need to fix your light there. The dog moved your
I
lighting.
look fantastic.
You're just a shadow.
That's fine.
No, you just gotta turn the ring.
It's okay.
No,
Well,
look.
fucking.
Jesus Christ. What are we? A bunch of amateurs? Yes.
Yes.
There you go. Look at you. All lit up.
Mhm.
Like an angel. MJF and Jericho. Fun match. Fair enough. I got nothing to say about it.
Exactly.
Punk's first match after 7 years. Did you enjoy the match?
Yes. It wasn't disappointing. It's of course it's more of a showcase of Darby's skills, but Darby is extra skilled.
Oh
so-
shit! The fuck! God damn! Hang on.
So that's my opinion on that. But CM Punk's not I wouldn't say he's rusty or super bad or any of those. He's good. He's great. I wasn't excited for the match at first, and now
Trippy, lay down.
I'm more
Okay. The dog just turned off the screen. So
more chill about it. Because I just got, okay, he came back. I don't know. I don't know.
well, what I like the story is
Yeah.
Punk was shaking off ring rust as the match went on.
Yeah.
And he was struggling to keep up with Darby. But my favorite part of that whole match was though the coffin drop, and Punk just sits up.
Uh-huh.
He just chuckles and laughs to himself. I thought that was fantastic. It was fun. It was just a fun, goofy spot. It was enjoyable. I loved it. It was a great, great match. And then you took a bathroom break. It was QT versus Tall Paul. I think you missed the entire match.
No, I didn't. I did not. And it was fine.
Yep. Yes, the CM Punk went Undertaker on that one. But yes, that was my part. It was great. But QT versus Tall Paul, it was a bathroom break match. For apparently Dave Meltzer was saying that this match was specifically put there so they could have it go as long or as short as they needed it to, so that way they could have fill time or shorten time based on other matches that are of higher importance, which makes sense because Big Show's fine, but I do think his best wrestling days are behind him.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that me and Diane agreed on is Tall Paul has an impressive butt. It was better than we expected it to be when we saw that
he
photo.
looks like he would have a Hank Hill, but he's got a tush.
Yeah,
and
and
he's got a bit of a tush on him. He's wearing the wrong suit. He needs to have a built-in butt crack in that thing because that man's got a butt.
But yeah, that happened. Some slapping, a choke slam, boom, over. Fun match, fair enough. Tall Paul won. Nothing special. Then we had the main event. All right. Omega versus Cage. Mm-hmm. We realized Christian Cage's tights were a little baggy in the back, so he probably has a Hank Hill butt. That was discussed, and I'd agree. But it was a great match. But when CM Punk and the Darby Allin match came on, I immediately thought, how was this not going on last? All will be revealed later. So it was a fine match. Lots of near fall. There was one part that I actually bought into where they might give to Christian, that one near fall where it was so close because Kenny is just great at those near falls at that 2.75 of a 3 count, just right there. I bought in. It just totally surprised me. But ultimately, Kenny Omega won. Avalanche, one wing angel was off the second rope. Put Christian Cage away. Fantastic. Then, the rest of the elite come in. And it just becomes a beatdown angle. All kinds of shit happens. And Kenny Omega cuts his promo. Nobody can beat me. They're either not here, retired, or they're already dead. Bam. Lights go out. Lights come on. Adam Cole is all elite, baby. Tits popped again. They popped again. Cole confronts Kenny Omega, gets in his face. You're thinking, oh shit. Cole's coming in as a face. Bam! Super kick to Jungle Boy. The smooch. Adam Cole is with the elite. Oh, it was perfect. It was perfect. Then Kenny Omega goes to sign off. Smooch, bang, bang, smooch, and, that's his little trademark thing. Interrupted. Flight of the Valkyries plays. Then, bam, that rump rattling beat happens afterwards, which I really like this Flight of the Valkyries, which apparently they did look into getting Europe Final Countdown. Apparently it was too expensive for Tony Khan. So that must be really expensive to get the rights to that. If Tony Khan is like, ooh, Bryan Danielson, you're going to have to go with the Flight of Valkyries with this rump rattling beat, which I got down on. We got down. It was fun. Mm-hmm. But holy shit. Tits popped completely off by that point, and it was just freaking amazing. So now AEW's got CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. It's just their roster is so fucking stacked.
Yep.
Oh, it was amazing.
Stacked roster.
But just after that whole show, I still stand by. I have not had so much fun since the late 90s when the Attitude Era was starting off. And I think this is what I find when people say the Attitude Era was better. It's not necessarily content, because some of the stuff during the Attitude Era I've rewatched. I'm like, ooh, that makes me feel uncomfortable now. And honestly, I think back to some of the stuff I watched, and I was like, oh, hope my mom doesn't walk in while I'm watching this. But what made the Attitude Era so great was that whole unpredictability. The whole, you don't know what's going to happen. Because you had the formation of the NWO, DX, Stone Cold, The Rock, and there was just so much unpredictability in the world of wrestling, which is happening now, once again, in the best way possible. Because not only are the fans happy, but if you even listen to the interviews of a lot of the wrestlers that are coming into AEW and just going like, this is one of the best places they've ever been, because they listen to you, they're nice to you, they care about your input, and it's just AEW is changing the universe in one segment of the universe. And I think it's pretty fucking inspirational. Because I like creative shit. I like seeing people fulfilled in their creativity. Because I've spent too much time not being creative, not being creatively fulfilled. And now, since we've been doing this podcast and live streaming and all the other fun stuff that we've been doing, it's been a lot more fulfilling doing stand-up, doing short filmmaking, and I enjoy the parallels that I'm seeing with what AEW is doing and what I'm doing in my own life. And I think it's kind of a way to look at stuff that you're doing in your life and, finding stuff that makes you happy. And then watching Tony Khan, like in these media scrums, he's just, you can tell he is a super fan. Basically, his action figures are real. And he's having the time of his life. And it's amazing, and it just brings joy to me. And that's my piece. Diane, do you have anything thought-provoking or profound?
Not in that category, sir.
Once again, you passionless schmuck.
Not about wrestling. Not about. I don't know who Adam Cole is.
I know.
I couldn't care less about CM Punk. Like, my lack of passion is not misplaced. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know them. So like, it doesn't pop my tits like it pops your tits. When I was watching wrestling, CM Punk was just annoying. So I don't know what to tell you besides like, I'm happy this is a man coming back. Like I said, I thought it was beautiful about his career or whatever, but the shits I give about CM Punk are legitimately, I don't care. Like, there's no opinion I can have because there's no knowledge. And he'll have to prove to me that he's worth a shit for me to have an opinion otherwise, I guess is all I'm saying.
I know. But you know what? He's a passionless schmuck.
And for the last bajillion times since his debut, it's just been him soaking up the love. And I appreciate that. Welcome back, Mr. CM Punk. I just needed to see him wrestle. And when I saw him wrestle, it was good.
Well, I mean,
and that's my opinion on that.
Of course, he's just going to come out and just kind of. They want to keep the presence of CM Punk because he's a draw. Mm-hmm. But you can't just give away his first match for free.
I understand that. I understand that. But also, as a person who doesn't know CM Punk, like, don't think that I care about him just soaking up the love of the fans or just existing. Because I don't. So that's all I'm saying. As somebody who just enjoys wrestling and I don't really know you, and it's just like, okay, I get it that this is a big deal for other people and I'm happy for other people. But that's where my opinions on that end. I need to see him wrestle. I need to see what is he going to be like. Is he just going to be a humble dude who every time walks out just goes, oh my God, I'm just so in love with the crowd. And then that's all of his shtick? Like, I don't know. I need to see the man do some shit.
I'm sure at some point.
As a newbie, if you want to call me that, to CM Punk, I just need to see something.
Yeah. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. It is.
But you know what? I'm not reasonable.
That's the most reasonable opinion a person can have. I have no opinion on a man that I have never really seen wrestle. All I know is about him was he was straight edge and then he hit somebody in a crowd once. Like, that's my opinion of CM Punk. So, like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not judging him off of his past. I'm not judging him off of his MMA career.
Oh,
like,
yes. Don't judge him off of his MMA
like
career.
So, like, I just don't know.
I mean, I give him credit for trying.
I'm just. It's one of those things where it's like I'm not gonna have an opinion on a comeback if you haven't come back.
Yeah, it's still early, but
it's still early in the game. I'm excited for everybody else.
I
That's
had
my
lots
opinion.
of fun. Lots of fun.
Like Matt Hardy might have been like I said, Matt Hardy might have been a big deal for me if like crowds coming back. He had a week because I never really cared for the Nero thing, but like
Miro. Oh no, Brother Nero?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Because we remember we were talking about.
Yes, I know we talked about it, and I'm like, I'm actually right. And you correct me.
Sorry, I forget about Jeff Hardy and Brother Nero.
But yeah, that's why I also wondered, non-pandemic, I might have been more excited to see him if I would have also seen. I don't know if grown men cry for Matt Hardy, but
not well because he hasn't left.
A 9 or 10-year-old Diane did.
Well, but like the thing about Matt Hardy, he's pretty much kept a career. Like CM Punk left for 7 years, and left kind of still at the top of his game. You know what I mean? He just walked away. It's like,
I don't think he walked away. I
Yeah,
think
he-
he had issues.
well, yeah, he had reasons, but like he walked away with reason. Like he fell out of love with wrestling, and there was lots of things that happened. You know,
I think you forget what show we're doing here, sir.
I know. Pink apple. I can taste the pinkness. I'm not digging this one. Try it. Did you try it?
I'm reading it. I don't trust a pink apple. That sounds like a sex thing. Like,
You shouldn't trust a pink apple.
you heard of a pink sock?
Yes. No.
This is a pink apple. It's like it's not when you got like. I think a pink apple is just around the realm of a pink sock.
That's the worst thing I've heard. Now I really don't like this flavor. Did you try it?
No, I'm thinking about assholes.
Try it. Try it.
Okay. It's not bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's not bad.
This is like lower mid card flavor at best.
I would say that.
I consider a jobber,
It could be a jobber.
and I love apple stuff.
Because
This-
jobbers are like to me they're like a light mist of like something new. They're not bad, they're not good. You know you're not gonna ever probably see them again, and if you do, they'll be under a different name or something. And
They'll
then-
still be looking at the lights.
I don't know what that means. Oops, sorry.
Out of raspberry and strawberry, the flavor of this, ugh, rough. Because the strawberry one and the raspberry ones were just bursting with flavor.
But you don't want like a strong apple flavor. Like
Manzanita del Sol,
I don't know what that is.
the soda, the apple soda,
Yeah.
that is bursting with apple flavor.
Like artificial
apple.
apple flavor. This is
Okay.
artificial apple flavor. It's like a Jolly Rancher. The ghost of a Jolly Rancher long since passed.
The sparkling water, the Walmart brand that has a Fuji apple one
Mhm.
or Fiji apple, whatever. That one is bursting with a fresh apple flavor,
Mhm.
and it's delicious. This one, I'm just not digging it. I cannot dig it, brother.
You make it sound so unappealing, and I'm just like, it's not that bad. It's kind of, I can see this being refreshing.
Well, I think here's my problem. I have a love of apple. I have a deep, passionate love of apple flavored things.
Mhm.
The raspberry one was good. The strawberry one was good. This apple one just
But I feel like the apple one might not be good because it's the third one down. Like we're no longer excited by the flavors.
well, it
Like,
depends
just
on
the
which
fact
end.
it
It
tastes like
depends on
shit.
which end you open the box. This would be the second one.
And I would be okay with this. I feel like this is a pretty decent mix of seltzers. Like most of the time, they're all shitty. They're all just bad. Like I would say that
I would say
I'm
this is still
still-
more flavorful than most seltzers.
I'm still not over the fact that they taste like something.
That's true.
And the flavors are actually not that bad.
Is it the best of these flavors? No. I'm thinking I like the strawberry one the best so far.
I chugged that one. I don't even remember what it tastes like.
Delicious fresh strawberries.
I would put that one. What did I say? I would put that one mid card. Oh, we only have 4. We're not going to be able to fill up a whole card.
Well, we don't need to fill a whole card. It's not necessarily. Yes, delicious fucking strawberries. Fresh, delicious fucking strawberries. I still feel like the apple one's a jobber, which disappoints me.
I'm not going to say that's wrong, but I would say all apples are jobbers.
No, I'm saying in this particular moment.
I'm saying all apple flavored things are call-in. If you have an apple flavored whatever, like that to me is a jobber. Because it's always you expect it to show up. Everybody's kind of meh about an apple flavored anything.
What are you talking about? Apple's one of the best flavors of any candy.
I feel like it's up there with it's the same as maybe blue raspberry.
Oh, blue raspberry.
It's just one of those ones that always pops up and everybody's like, man, it's okay.
I don't even know if, honestly, I don't know where I would rank a blue raspberry on here, but that's besides the point. That's besides the point. I hate blue raspberry.
Thank God we had normal raspberry.
I hate
blue raspberries.
Raspberry flavor. It's always overly aggressive. It's too sweet, and it makes your taint itch.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't like it. Anyways, pink apple. I mean, if I'm going to give a specific jobber, it's a Barry Horowitz. Just to keep it going. If you don't know who Barry Horowitz is,
I don't.
You didn't grow up in the 90s. He was like the jobber.
I was born in the 90s. I grew up in the 90s, but they ended when I was in kindergarten.
You know what? I'm going to make you watch a bunch of Barry Horowitz matches one of these days.
I mean, the name alone doesn't give me high expectations, not in a bad way. It's just like, I don't know what this guy's doing. Barry Horowitz. You have like Macho Man Randy Savage, and then you got Barry Horowitz. Like, I'm just a little.
I mean,
I'm just saying, as far as wrestler names go, like
it's definitely no 1, 2, 3 Kid. X-Pac. Sean Waltman.
Did you just go deeper into a thing that I already didn't really understand? Like, I know the name, but like, I have no connection to the wrestler.
DX? X-Pac?
Yeah.
Him and China made a porn together?
Yeah, that's my connection to him. I never saw the wrestling. I feel like we're having I know we're 10 years difference in age, but I swear we never have this much issue. I'm younger than you.
I know. But normally you're well versed.
I'm well versed in the people. China made a porn with him. That's all he's done in my lifetime.
He also tore his taint. Like tore his anus. Doing a Bronco Buster.
I don't know what a Bronco Buster is.
Okay, so you got your opponent in the corner of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He runs over there, and he jumps on him and straddles him, and he jumps up and down with his nuts in his face. It sounds very sexual, and it kind of is. But it's a Bronco Buster, and at one point he jumped too aggressively. And
that actually sounds what exactly you think a Bronco Buster would be.
Yeah, exactly. It's very self-explanatory.
Yeah, I should have.
But he went for Bronco Buster and tore his anus. And he felt something off, didn't feel right. He got backstage and his butthole was bleeding all over his tights. So there's a story for you.
That's aggressive.
It is.
No.
I mean, just if you're busting Bronx, don't tear your anus. Where we're going on things, I don't even remember what we're talking about now.
What do you mean? It's been wrestling this whole time.
It is. Oh yeah, Pink Apple's a jobber. We still have the peach to get through.
We should have done that first.
Well, that's not the order they came out of the package.
See, we might have fucked up the order though a little bit. It should have been green apple. No, it should have been peach because I hate peach. So no matter
Well, we
what,
got pink
ending
apple,
this.
not green apple. Pink apple.
Okay. Pink apple.
See, this beverage has sparked a lot of anus talk.
It has.
What? Jeff Hardy is going for the 24/7 title. Ugh.
What is that?
That's the jobber title.
Well, he's kind of hasn't he fallen from grace a tad bit? Wasn't one of his storylines he was drunk and driving?
He hit Sheamus in his car. Yeah.
Fuck. Jeff Hardy's it definitely hit a wall.
Oh my god.
I always feel like Matt Hardy's fallen a little bit from grace. Fucking Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but Karrion Kross
He's-
jobbed out to Jeff Hardy first, which is the whole thing. And now Karrion Kross is in his like gimp mask. WWE's just gone. It all comes back to buttholes.
Yeah. It all does. Life itself.
Life itself.
It's all one butthole in a stage of blooming. So all the way to pink sock. That's that. Do people know what pink socks is? Can somebody confirm?
What?
Just
Oh, hang
because
on.
I can explain.
First off, Crocs of Steel.
Hmm.
That's fantastic. Secondly,
Cross of steel.
he says, or they say, I feel like Danielson needs to shut down the crowd yes movement in AEW. New company, who dis?
I support that to a certain degree because, like I said, like coming in, there's certain people I just don't know, and I don't like the whole yes thing. I do think he's coming to a new crowd, and I
Yeah.
do think there are people, and I'll always be I'm still someone who's like 10 for
Ty,
Sean,
yeah, Sean
yes,
Spears, Ty
Sean
Dillinger.
Spears. But like
But yeah,
he definitely has got to come with a new.
I'm sure he'll
something.
get there. But at the same time, nope, too far. Maverick says, "Now the yes chants are his. Remember when they tried even to other wrestlers, which is true." And then I think that given it can shut down naturally when he finds a new groove. Yeah, I think that'll work. Because, like I said, the yes chants are inherently Bryan Danielson. You know, the whole Daniel, the whole thing about the yes movement.
No.
No, it's no.
Well, I'm just saying, regardless.
Yeah, the whole thing is that is inherently his shtick. You know what I mean? Like Vince McMahon to come up with it. The whole yes chant, the whole thing was basically forced Vince McMahon and all the other stooges to actually push Brian Danielson into the main event. So I think it'll be fine. You know, if the crowd does it. Obviously, I don't think he can do it because WWE does own the trademarks. But eventually I think eventually he'll have something of his own, you know, for AEW. Because he's Bryan fucking Danielson. I mean,
He looks like my best friend's boyfriend.
yeah.
Not my best friend's boyfriend, my friend's boyfriend.
AEW crowd that loves the yes chants and takes sports events. Is that confirmed? Wait, what? Huh? So this comes from Bryan Danielson's mouth. I watched the media scrum on AEW. As part of it was yes, Bryan Danielson wanted to go to AEW because he saw all the things that people were being done, and he wants to take more risks. But not necessarily a chance, but obviously like the yes trademark thing. WWE is notorious for trademarking anything anybody comes up with, turn it into their own intellectual property. That's what Vince McMahon does, and that's what he does very well. I read all the dirt sheets and follow all the trademark news. That's how I knew about the Happy Corbin thing way before it was going to happen, or the stupid Shorty G nonsense. All that comes from trademark news. But I'm pretty sure it's a WWE thing. That's why if you watched when Bryan Danielson was coming down, he kind of stuck his hands out and he's like, oh, wait, I don't know if I can actually do this. Because, trademark infringement, all that bullshit. I get it, but at the same time, it's a dick move. Anyways, do you want to try to go to the peach one so we can at least try? All right.
I'm gonna chug this. I'll chug yours. To me, it kind of reminds me of that chick thing. It's like the two chicks or something like that, the pear one, but like apple.
Good question. Can you trademark hand motions? I don't think it's necessarily the hand motions. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Crocs of Steel, which I still love that name. That's so great. It just
makes me feel good about
it. Does
it's just
it honestly makes me want to buy Crocs. I'm not sure if I want to buy them as Steel because I would discount the comfort. But maybe if you could do some kind of
this is where you've already gone wrong. Crocs of Steel is so badass because it's not for comfort.
True.
If you have Crocs of Steel, you're a badass motherfucker. You're like it's like it's like eating foil for breakfast or nails. See, I'm such a wimp. Foil, nails.
Wear them all the time in battle and in chill mode. Versatile. That's a life lesson right there.
It's a good name.
That's a good name. I am mildly jealous.
I feel like it does provide a very chill but also badass.
Yeah, it's I'm a chill warrior. That's what it's saying. I'm a chill warrior.
I don't know you, but I already know you're a badass and pretty chill.
Yeah. If I were a wrestler, I would wear them, but I would have to. Yeah, you would have to modify them.
I can see that. He's brought out the Crocs of Steel.
The Crocs of Steel. Business is really picking up. Yeah, it'd be like the Croc Shop in New Japan. Who was it? They got the little magic boot or whatever the hell it is. Similar situation there. All right. Let me grab the peach one. We're going to chug the peach one. We're running over time, but we're having a good time. We talked wrestling. Pink apple is a butthole euphemism. And it tastes like it.
I don't think it's that bad. He's exaggerating.
I might be exaggerating a little bit, but all right. It's not. It's really not the worst, but it's just.
What we had when we were drinking stuff at All Out, that was the worst.
Yeah.
We drank
Where do we have? I don't think we have any cans left, but it was a sour cherry, whatever.
Yeah.
Look. There's a good chance that at some point a butthole is going to be referenced during this podcast or anything we do when we live stream. Mm-hmm. It's just how we roll, But buttholes. All right, let's chug these. Let's get into the peach. And we'll give us our little rankings. We'll sign out. Peace and love. And I love that name, Crocs of Steel. It's one of the best names I've come across in a while on Twitch.
I love a good name. Twitch is great for good names where you just find a name and you're just like, ah.
I know. I feel like our bottom class is so uncreative. But that's our tagline.
Well, what? I mean, I don't think we ever thought about it for a long time, but
that's true. It just.
I mean, I didn't know we could go for puns. Well, I love a good pun.
True. Everything's kind of took on a life of its own. That is perfect. Wife calls him that and stole it and used it as a gamer's tag as well. All props go to Kimberly from Boston. Which right there.
I don't know why
Which right there sounds like a song from the 90s. Kimberly from Boston.
I bet you it's a good song too. It's about how beautiful Kimberly from Boston is.
That works.
She might be a little bit crafty, but
it'd have been performed by the Beastie Boys.
Yeah. It's a good song. Kimberly from Boston is a good song.
Oh, you know what? House of Pain.
Yeah.
They're from Boston as well. All right. Let's tear into this white peach.
I'm going to check this.
She go tack mode, but it's chill for sure. So if your Crocs of Steel, would she be like Birkenstocks of titanium?
Birkenstocks of titanium.
I'm just thinking of comfortable soft footwear.
What is Mithril came to mind. What's his butts?
Who?
Animanium? And what is it called?
Animanium?
Animanium.
She's Sorrels of Steel. She's like the boots. Solid.
Well, now that I feel like I know her. Just kidding.
All right. Let's get this white peach.
Okay. This is going to be probably actually, you know what? I'm willing to say not that bad.
You hate peach, though.
I hate the flavor of peach, but I think it's going to not taste like peach.
To comfortable, but yet warrior-like footwear. It doesn't taste like peach, though.
Did I not say that this was not going to taste like peach?
It's... I don't know what flavor this is, but it's not peach. It's tasty. I'm enjoying it. But I don't know what to think of it. I like it better than the pink apple. White peach is better than pink apple. Now I feel racist. Because it's white.
Pink is also very white.
That's true. True. Pink is whiter. Like, you can be so white, you're pink.
Yeah. You can be so white, you're translucent.
I denounce both flavors now.
He's spoken.
I denounce the flavors.
White peach, rosé, and what is it? Pink apple. What is a Macintosh apple? The ones that are yellow and kind of like pinkish red.
What's that?
I'm talking about apples. It
Oh,
doesn't
sorry.
matter. I'm asking
Right.
about types of
Actually, from wrestling news from Boston, Kowloon Restaurant may be closing. It's a fave spot of a lot of wrestlers, most notable Jonathan Cena. That's interesting.
John Cena. I still not have accepted him becoming a
A
movie,
movie
star.
star.
When I see him in a movie, I'm just like, John Cena. What is? But it took me
That's
a while
interesting.
for The Rock too, so I'll get there.
True.
Although I love the Scorpion King. Nobody can tell me that the Scorpion King wasn't awesome. His wig could have been better, but that's not his fault.
Wait, the Scorpion King, the actual Scorpion King movie, or the Mummy Scorpion King? Because the Mummy Scorpion King was not so good.
Not the Scorpion King, but yeah, not the Mummy where he was the Scorpion King
Or he
in
was
the Mummy.
just a CGI.
We're talking about the one where he was the Scorpion
Oh,
King.
yeah, that was good.
And he even did the Rock eyebrow the whole time, so that was a good transition for me to him being in movies.
Oh, that's awesome. Hung out there with them in 2017 at the 2017 Clash of Champions after party.
Nice.
Nice.
Is there a wrestler you would like to meet? Alive? We'll go with alive. I feel like that narrows it down.
Bret Hart, because I really want to hear him talk a lot of shit in person.
I feel like that's actually a good answer.
Bret Hart was one of my favorites, back in the day. I used to like Hogan, but after discovering certain...
But that's why he might be interesting to talk to. Because Hogan, I'm kind of like, at this point, I would just say, like,
it's true.
I'd be like, dude, just like, I mean, assuming you meet and you can talk.
Yeah.
I might want to hear from Hogan.
As a black woman, you want to hear from Hogan?
Yeah, just because I don't know. I don't know how racist he actually is. I'm not willing. I mean,
Well, he did admit that he's a little bit racist.
Well, that's a start. Just a little bit of admission is for some people a long way.
Flair's a good shout.
For sure. For sure, that was going to be mine. Ric Flair,
Yeah.
like, for sure, I want to hear what's up with Ric Flair. If we're talking gossip,
I honestly have no doubt that Big E was really fun. He just seems like that kind of guy that
for sure.
He seems like a chill dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like Crocs of Steel, chill, but ready to roll. How do you feel about Maverick going on a train ride with Ric Flair?
I feel like it was going to happen eventually. I'm just happy it's Ric Flair.
You're welcome. I'm always happy to make some Crocs blush. Maverick, I will tell you one thing. That will be one hell of a train ride.
God, Ric Flair, though, like, for real. That would be such a shock. It just comes to me. There's
No pun intended.
There's a video going around. All I can see is Ric Flair's blonde hair and his afro. Just the most iconic hairstyles in my life.
If you have not seen, Google Ric Flair train. You will not be disappointed. I already took the video off of the thing. I think the picture. Which, even still, I only flashed a couple times. Because I was afraid of banning. I did a lot of censoring, but it was pretty, yeah. Pretty, yeah. It was definitely, yeah. We'll go with that. But Dan, we need to make our final rounds because we've gone way over. And we love the chatting. we love all this, but it's almost time to make like a chick and bounce. Oh, does Insane Clown Posse still have wrestling at the Gathering of Juggalos? I feel like the gathering just happened. Not a huge fan of the band, but I knew they wrestled a bit.
Violent J's actually got heart failure.
Violent J?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, yeah,
That's the
that
same.
doesn't surprise me.
He's one of the Juggalos. He's
Violent J was he gained a lot of weight.
yeah. I mean, who knows what
He
the
was
what the
heavy,
thing
but
is.
he got
He
pretty-
actually lost a lot of weight, and then I don't know what his state is now, but he announced that he's taking a break from juggaloing, or I don't know what you call it.
Well, your heart can only juggalo for so long.
I feel like that's a fact. That's the most fact I've ever heard. Your heart can only juggalo for so long.
But I actually don't have an answer to that.
I hope so.
I enjoy the Insane Clown Posse's music, but I don't like to admit it in public. That I just said on a live stream because I don't necessarily want to associate with the fan base.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I was high school. I could sing a lot of
Oh,
like high school was my ICP
One of my
phase,
best
but I
friends
was
is
never a
a-
juggalo.
is a proud juggalo. For Halloween for 2 years, me and him dressed up like Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope.
I feel like you're a juggalo when you're proud of it.
Yes,
Otherwise, you're not.
I was
You're just
like
somebody who had a ICP face.
I would say I
Hocus
was
Pocus is an amazing song, and I stand by it.
I was juggalo adjacent.
Oh yeah, I was never a juggalette.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I painted my face twice for Halloween, and oh man, I just was thinking about this is a random story, but so I just remember one year when we were dressed up in our ICP gear, and we smoked a lot of weed. And we went to this burrito place called Fidencio's, and we got their California burritos, which had French fries, steak,
You make me hungry.
pico de gallo, and cheddar cheese, and it was the most amazing burrito I had ever ate in that moment, and it was just glorious.
It sounds like a good time.
Oh, it was a good
I
time.
listening to ICP.
Oh, it was just the Fidencio's California burritos were amazing, and we do
ICP for me was before my weed smoking time. So
oh, you missed out.
Yeah.
That's when they sounded the best.
ICP to me, like
And as a matter
I
of
had-
fact, we rolled to that drive-through, playing chicken hunting, just bumping on the stereo. Who
Chicken
the hell
Hunt
was
was a good
driving?
song. No one.
Yeah.
It was Shang or
Oh yeah, I wore Jinkos, had a chain wall, and skateboard. I had Jinko jeans up until Diane has my last pair of Jinko jeans.
No, I didn't. I gave them back to your son.
Oh,
It was only right that your firstborn inherit your Jinkos.
I don't know where they are now. And I still have some of my wallet chains floating around here. I would wear a wallet chain now, but like, I don't really. I just don't ever get around to it.
I got in a huge fight with my stepdad because I was listening to Shaggy Two Dope's toy box in the living room, and he came in and he was like, it was like We're Not Gonna Take It, the music video.
Yeah.
It was like that. And I got so mad, and I went into the car and I broke like a couple of his Christian CDs.
What a rebel.
Yeah. That was my rebellion, and my mom was like, those were all my CDs, and I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Because you just came in and yelled at me and was like, yeah, the whole fucking, we're not going to take a music video. And I was just like, okay.
Well, my firstborn was actually quite older by then, but I could probably wrap all 3 of my children some of the Jinkos that I had at the age they are now.
Your children are tiny. Well, not tiny. They're monsters. They're tall.
Yes. All right. Now let's quickly run through this.
Okay.
All right. The raspberry one. Main eventer, upper mid card, lower mid card, jobber.
I'm going to go with raspberry. To me, I don't know if it was a shock or just the flavor. I'm still going to go with either upper mid card or main eventer.
The raspberry Smirnoff, I go with upper mid card as well. Bam. Upper mid card for the raspberry Smirnoff sparkling seltzers. Jesus Christ. Let me check and see what here. That's definitely a juggalette. Maverick can confirm. Oh, the heel turn has begun. Strawberry Smirnoff.
I would
seltzer.
love, now that I know that he's got heart failure, I would love to go to the gathering at the Juggalos.
I know. Remember we said we
I think it's happening. It's like a shake. Yeah, but he's got heart failure now. So, like,
I know.
we got to speed this up. The heart's like one of the main things.
It's the thing. It's not the main thing. It's the thing.
Okay. The thing, but then this too. This guy.
Well, because your heart you can be a vegetable. The brain can be off, but this can be still.
Yeah, but the
away.
brain is what holds all the good stuff.
True.
If your brain stops, also your heart will stop.
No, you can.
No, that's not true.
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry.
It depends on the parts.
I'm making dumb things. No.
No, you're doing it wrong. No.
I know.
No.
That's the joke.
Well, 22, we're going. Baby carrot. What? Crocs still will bring the Crocs for the pit. And hell yeah. Yeah.
Listen, still Crocs. Kicking ass, taking names. We're going to own that fucking.
Oh. We'll be the king and queen of the Juggalos. Now, strawberry.
Strawberry, I would put mid card.
Mid card?
Yeah. I know you love your fucking strawberries.
I'm feeling like that. I'm feeling the delicious fresh strawberries. I feel like it's upper mid carder. They're delicious fucking strawberries. No, Crocs, still Brooklyn. All right. I don't want to make it mid card. I feel like upper mid card is more like
Well, do what you want.
All right, since you conceded. Upper mid card for the strawberry. Now the pink apple. I want to put it as a jobber.
I'm willing to put it as jobber because it's somewhat delightful. It's a breath of fresh air and
Barry Horowitz, it is. Apple. Pink apple, Barry Horowitz. The white peach. White peach.
Do I know what jobber means? What's a jobber?
Those are the ones that always lose.
Yeah.
They're enhancement talents. They're the ones that take the pin all the time. The ones that don't get an entrance, that are just in the ring already. That's a jobber.
But that's good though, right? I would say jobber's not a bad thing.
It's a 1 out of 5.
Okay, well.
That's why I put the numbers there.
I know, but like it's the title that's confusing me. I'm not mad at jobbers.
That's the bottom of the card.
I know.
Okay.
It's the category. I'm gonna go with lower mid card.
All right, I'll give you lower mid card. Pink apple, lower mid card, official. Now the white peach.
I still have that one.
I still have both of them. It doesn't taste like peach.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I don't know what it tastes like.
But it's not peach, and that's good. That's good for me.
It tastes enjoyable.
I'm gonna go with mid card.
Mid card.
Or what was the Paul and the QT match? What would that be considered?
That's a bathroom break.
Yeah, but what was that in the thing?
It's just a bathroom break.
Okay, whatever.
But White Peach is mid card. I think it's mid card. It's
decent.
Well, she hates peach stuff in general.
Yeah, I don't like peach flavored stuff. I love peaches. Peaches are delicious, but every peach flavored thing does not taste like peaches.
That's true. I find it's a fine flavor. It's I don't know. I think the strawberry one was the best. That's just me. Pink apple was a disappointment. And real quick, I'll read this. Was it? I'll have to promise Kimberly from Boston that I won't cheat on her with a jugglet. Well, I don't think that would be too tough. I've seen a lot of juggalettes. Just something about them that gets oh, that's hilarious. I've seen a lot of juggalettes though. But now we must bring this to a close. And Croc Still, I hope I see you in the chat next week. We are here every Mondays, Mountain Standard Time, at 9 p.m. So that would be, I don't know what part of the world you're in, but 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time would be 11 p.m. Eastern, since we're talking about Boston. And I'm glad you found us too. We're just trying to do the best. Hit the mic. We're trying to do the best we can to put on the best show possible. We're always reviewing stuff. Sometimes we're talking wrestling. Sometimes we're talking paranormal shit. Sometimes we're talking shit in general. The show's always changing, but we love to do our podcast. And then if you miss us live, we're also on YouTube, and it's Bottom Class Entertainment. You can find us there. You can watch us do. That's where we're doing our live streams for YouTube. For the AEW, we're doing Dynamite live streams, watch-alongs, and pay-per-views. We did one Rampage, but that was because CM Punk. But usually I'm getting off of work, so. But Wednesdays we'll be live streaming there for Dynamite and any pay-per-views. So check us out, join along, watch along, talk some shit, have some fun. But we really appreciate you jumping in here because we like growth and we like having a solid, fun, family. It's fun times here. That's what we like. Fun shenanigans with cheap booze. That's what life's all about. But once again, let me run through my little spiel here. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, click the bell, get the notifications. It's fun times here. We drink booze, we talk nerdy things, we have Florida Man, we do all kinds of stuff. Join us. It's a fun time. We have audio versions available at bestofthebottom.podbean.com. If you don't want to see our faces and just hear our shenanigans, you can listen to us there. And then we are live at twitch.tv/bottomclass. If you're watching us on the YouTube, you can watch us live and join in the chat right here. And if you go to pericoproductions.pericoproductions.com, we got some merch. We got all links to all our social media. You can talk shit to us there too. We appreciate any support you give us. That's what Wonder Bra. We're all about support. Oh, well, thank you. But we will definitely see you guys next week at Best of the Bottom, right here on Twitch or right here on the YouTubes, wherever you like to watch us. But we will see you next time, and please join the family. Tastes pretty good.